what we are going to do today, at least you people are going to send message from your place, right, from your place, and this is me, my laptop. Between us we have internet connection, so you people are going to like send some message or data, and I'm going to receive in my system. So because generally you are doing any language socket programming locally, that means you all generally sit in a single computer lab or single space or single college and do socket programming, but here we are doing global socket programming, so it is going to be like more fun. So here the terms we need to have, that is NAT, the RNAT also, and somewhere like firewall as well. Fine. So before doing this global socket programming, I really want please everybody turn on your computer where Python is running. It doesn't matter you have Python 2 or Python 3, but Python must be there at your end. So this is your end and this is my end. So before doing this, we are going to discuss these things. So what NAT is basically, because there is a rule in the word of networking and socket. So the first networking rule is communication must be followed by the same category IP, right? That means if you have public IP address and you want to communicate with me, I must have public IP address for general category communication. Now what public IP addresses are? The IP address which is generally unique, right, for everyone. So I hope everybody know about the public IP address. Please confirm me with yes message that everybody know public IP. I don't need to define at least. If I need to define, please let me know in a minute. So just type yes message if everybody know the public IP. Anand saying yes, Shanu saying yes, everybody. Okay, that means maximum people know already. And if somebody like don't know, please let me. Okay, alright. So you know the public IP, so you also know the private IP as well. Alright. So what is happening actually? Let's say this is your college, and inside your college generally internally labs or networks are connected. So this is lab 1, this is lab 2, and this is lab 3, and we all have like number of PCs here, and generally we have one common broadband connection. So this is our common broadband connection, right, where the router is there, right, and inside this router we have one public IP generally. So because you are going to communicate with any external real world server like Google or maybe Facebook, and internally we have IP address like this, it's 10.20 or something. So if you are going to generate some request from your PC or laptop, it is generally going in this way. That means this is your PC, you are generating some request, so it is going first to your broadband router, And what broadband router is doing, it is generally sending your packet data request to the that external server. Now in this packet where you have generated the request, it was written that the destination IP address you want to communicate with is this, and generally source IP address will be the same from where you have generated your packet. So it is around 192.168 10 point something. Alright, now when you send this packet, if the router is going to route this package without any changing, so this google.com have public IP and you have private IP, so your request must be denied by Google, is like 100% going to denied by Google, because the public IP cannot communicate with the private IP. So what broadband people or ISPs company is doing, they are putting one public IP inside your router. When you generate some request from your PC, so what this router is doing actually, this is holding your IP address internally here and sending its own public IP on behalf of you or your IP address to this external one, because this is also public and this is also public, so they are going to communicate to each other. Now when the reply is coming to this router, what router is doing again, he's like putting his public IP again on the same place, picking your IP address and sending the packet to you. So what is happening, it's something like this. This is your PC with IP address like this, and you are directly connected with your router, and this router is by connected from the internet by some ISP. Alright, and here we have public IP, and with this public IP we have also here some Google or any other services. So when you generate some request, so your IP address is actually hiding here, holded by this IP here, and this router is sending its own public IP every time for you. That means if you are generating packet from here, your IP address is going to store in this place, and on behalf of your IP address, this router is going to forward the packet with its own public IP so that you can communicate. And when the request is coming here for the reply thing, it is replacing your public with your private so that you can get the page. So conversion of your internal private IP address to your public IP is known as network address translation. So your internal private IP is translating into the public one so that we can have the connectivity. I think it is okay for everyone as of now, and if it is not, please give me one response that NAT you got it, because after NAT we can have the same thing. We can write the socket. Is alright? Please respond me with the message. Got it with Nikita. Anand saying yes. And the other one. Alright. Fine. Chandan is also saying yes. Great. So that means now we can talk about the final point. After this we will start write the program. The second thing is like on the same scenario, if this is your lab and this is your computer, like your computer having IP address 192.168.10.129, and this is your public router. You are connected with this router, and this router is connected with external internet. Now internet is nothing, it's a combination of multiple small internetwork, and here we have public IP. Alright, so in my scenario this is the same thing, because this is me and this is my PC, my laptop. Let me check that IP address. So if I hit enter, I have IP 192.168.10.129. so this is my PC. Now what my router public IP? So I can check the same thing by using two methods. The first one is like, what is my IP address? So you can check my IP address from this place. And the second thing, if you want to check it from command line, so there is a command that is curl ifconfig.me. so if you cross check the same thing, this is command in generally any Linux terminal. You can cross check the public IP by using curl ifconfig.me. so both are same, right? So this is browser method of checking your public IP, and this is command line method of checking your public IP. When you people want to send some message or some data from your place, because as of now what is happening, this is student 1. Let's take one example from different people. I know that Chandan is from basically, I think West Bengal or something, the east region of the something. So I'm taking one example of Chandan, right? And he have its own private network with internet connectivity, right? But you have different public IP. And let's take another example of anyone. Let's say this Pratva, right? And you have your own internet connection. So let me draw one more color line. You have your own public IP 1, 2, and one more example, the final one. Say you have that Shiv Sony, right? You have your own internet connectivity, so you have public IP 3 from your broadband or whatever you are using. So now if you people, all of you or you 3 people want to send some high message to me, now who's me as of now, I'm IP 129 with this private series. So generally you also have private IP at your own end, you also have private IP, now your private IP is going to translate in this, your private IP is going to translate in this, and you are going to translate in this. So when you send this message, the message cannot be approached here, because whenever you send something, it is going to convert in your public one. So if you target this public IP, then probably you can communicate everyone to this public IP. Now the point is, my IP address is private and that cannot be assigned by my router this particular public IP. So if you connect in this particular public IP, and it will redirect the particular request of message into my private one. So this time what is happening, you are sending me message on public IP, and it is being translated, not exactly translated, it is being forwarded from external public IP to internal private IP. So this is known as port forwarding, and this is known as reverse network address translation. Alright, the public to private, or the port forwarding. So we are going to use this one. All your public IP will coming here, and we are going to attach here, because when you send some data we need public IP plus some port number that is going to transfer here in my PC. Alright, so you got that port forwarding and RNAT thing, everyone? Router is not an example of NAT. Router has the feature to NAT. Repeat. Okay. Pushpendra is saying I need to repeat this thing. So I mean, is there anyone else who want the same thing, to repeat the concept of port forwarding or RNAT? I mean, please just respond as soon as possible. Repetition is not the problem, but I mean, at least no, not required. Any other? Shivsumi is saying no. So I mean, maximum people are getting my point. Alright, so Pushpendra, for you it's very simple actually. See, in a 1 minute, if you try to send some data to me, right? So you are using your public IP because you are coming out of your network. So your public IP is going to communicate with my public IP, and these public IPs are on the router. But my PC or my laptop is inside my lab. So when you send something from your place to my public router, if it redirect request from this public to my private, this is known as RNAT. My public to my private. If it is redirecting, this is known as RNAT or port forwarding. Alright, so I think it must be like okay for you. Done. So now we can have this. So what I want, that please open your Python terminal box and try to code this here. So what I'm doing actually, in my own PC, I'm opening one port number, let's say 8822, and in my router at my public end, my public IP with some port number, let's say 1234. So when you people are going to send some data to this particular port number, it is going to redirect in my laptop port number. That means this is my public IP, this is my public port. All you people is going to send data here, and now this router is going to forward the request to my internal IP and internal port. So for this, let me make a rule in my router. The rule is, if I open my router, fine, IP forwarding, I'm making it like very much clear. you people send request in 1234 port, 1234 port, and in my system it is going to be like 8822, right? 8822. So if you are sending request on this port, it is coming internally this and this PC. All protocols are out, so I'm saving. Alright, so this is the request. Source port number is this, internal port is this, IP is this. Now to test this setting, this is working or not, what I'm doing actually, this is me, so I'm going to use nc command in Linux to listen on port number 88 and 22, and I'm using -k to uninterrupt the signal. Alright, but let me close the firewall first. The firewall rules first, so it's nc-l 8822-k. Alright, what happened now? In this particular PC, we have this port number ready. Now people whoever having the Linux terminal as of now, you can open your Linux terminal and type the command is like nc followed by my public IP address, that is this one, and followed by the 1234 port number, because in router we have external port 1234. So you hit this, and when you hit enter, it will like be blank, and it will ask for some message, right? So it will be like blank like this. When you type something by getting hit enter, so maybe it will take some time because you need to send, yeah, see, okay, alright, I got it, fine. So I got hello sir from some of you. This is Shiv, great. So I want everybody whoever like having Linux as of now, what you need to type on your Linux terminal, it is very simple and easy. Type this nc space my public IP space my this port number, and when you hit enter, it is going to like have some blank space. Here you can type messages. Alright, because this is one method where only one connection will be received, because whoever connected first time it is received, after first time it is not going to connect. So okay, because we have transition as well, so Reshang is also there. Other people can also try the same thing. So that means you can send message from your place and it is received by my system. Alright, but nc is the command which is generally already built by someone under the Linux platform. So we are going to design something like this. Alright, so let me design the Python socket, when Python UDP socket, so that you can receive from your system and I can receive from my system. You can send data by this UDP programming. So I'm doing something, some code on my system, and you need to write this similar kind of program for you. Fine. So as of now, what I'm doing, I'm going to write a receive.python program where where I'm using a socket module as library. So you people also can have the same thing. Open a file and write a program in whatever version you want. It will be in Python 2, Python 3. And after this, under socket module, we have function socket. So make sure you write the same thing. So this is the module, the library, and under this we have the function, that is also socket. Here we need to define few things. The first is, like, let me make it comment first. The first argument will be IP address family. That means what is IP address family? That is socket dot sock underscore af inet. af inet, right? Socket dot af underscore inet. This means we are using IPv4, right? So socket dot af underscore inet means we are using IP version 4. And the second argument is socket dot sock underscore dgraph. That means we are using UDP socket or UDP protocol, right? And we are storing all this into a single variable that is known as S, right? So please make sure you have the same thing in your machine. And by using S, this is only required at my end. That means you don't have to perform this step, that is s dot bind edit to do, right? So whatever my current IP address is, it is binded with this port number. Alright, you don't have to write this, you only have to write this particular part. Now I'm receiving all things under while true function using print s dot receive from and maximum 100 character. Fine. So this is me, what I need to write. I'm making this the copy of sender. What you need to write here actually is only this part. So you need to write s dot send to your name, comma, one more parenthesis, my public IP, comma, the public port 1234. Alright, and please make sure you are giving some time gap by using 2 seconds of time gap, and also make sure you have this module imported on your machine. So you need to write this thing at your end. So whatever data you want to send, the IP address and the port number. Alright. So I mean, if you people are writing, please write this program in your machine. It doesn't matter as of now whatever Python version you are using. So this is very common program for both the version. So make sure you have the same code, exactly the same, with no changes. You only change the name here, whatever your name is. So can I expect a message on the chat box that you people are writing the same code whatever I have written here? So is it? Let me check the message. So Bratwa, Rishabh, okay. So when you're done, please let me know so that we can test the same thing. Done for Shanu, done for Anand also. So done for Rishabh, Chandan. Alright. So now if you have this programming, let me run first my Python program. This. Now you can run your Python space your file name. Okay, I got a Rishabh message and also the public IP address of Rishabh as well. Chandan Singh, Rishabh Chandan. So we are getting two. Alright guys, you are amazing, because see, if you can feel the networking thing, we are receiving data across the globe. I mean, you are at your own place, I am at my place, and we are receiving the socket programming thing, right? If you will contribute the same thing similarly, trust me, we will rock the show. Alright. So apart from Chandan and Rishabh, I'm not getting anybody else messages here. And see, because Chandan all have different public IP, Rishabh have different public IP. This is the proof, like, that we are getting this. So what else, like, what about the other people? Because okay, I got it. One more. So I have received 3 messages. So anybody else after Chandan, Rishabh, Pratwa? And you can see that we are like getting here whatever pace or something you have maintained. So that means it's a key success thing for you people. I'm assuring you that you people are going to have the real-time machine learning face detection programming. Let me show you. I want to show you this thing for you, for people who specially have done this code. Shano is saying, can you open the code again? Okay, no problem. I'm opening this, the send one. You can cross check the same thing. Right? So now what would be the plan using socket programming? When you send some message from your machine it will come to my system. It will launch my machine learning face detection program, where I have written the face detection code. That means my real webcam or real camera is going to detect my face. So we are going to do this actually. So that means you will send some socket message from your machine. It will trigger my face detection program that will collect my camera, collected by my camera, and it will be like this. Fine. So if I want to show you, let me do this where I have written that code. So it's under ML, under face eye detection, and under this IMG detector PY. So it is going to like, okay, I don't think so. So let me okay, fine. So I think, where is my code? Under test or under final thing, I think this would be. So if I'll show you that final face detection, okay, see, that means if I'm doing this out of complete body or anything extra, it is detecting my face. So we are going to code actually in such a way so that if I'll pick some of my image from my image or maybe my friend's image from my picture, so it is going to detect this also. So let me make it bigger. Okay, all right. See, can you see this? That means it is detecting the face of all two people, the only face part. Even if I like call you, and if I like pick some any real time image of anybody's systems, so it is going to like select this one. I don't have any pictures as of my near point, otherwise we can do the same thing. So that means if you do this thing right, so we can build the same code and we can contribute the same thing to Google Summer of Code by using our own object and face detection programming. You're getting my point? That means it is really amazing. Whatever object you want to specify, inside camera, outside camera, with photo, without photo, so it is going to be like fun. All right, so that means you can use your webcam, your camera thing, and real-time face detection, and number of things are there to do the same thing. Are you getting my point? It means we will train every object in this universe by taking some number of examples. Uploading video, okay, I'll do that, no problem. But because we have still number of things to be discussed here, so what you can do, you can please revise all these things, whatever else we have in our pipeline, right? So we are not doing tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Directory will meet on Saturday, for the next session, and you need to complete those tasks, the IRC and the Riot, and people who are on my Riot uh, account, I'm going to assign you, only you people, the project by tomorrow morning, right? So only those people, because if other people are not interested even, so we don't want to be participation of those people. So alright, I'm just turning off this recording thing.